I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it a back day. Yeah, I got game, God in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it Turnpike Miles. Yeah, it's Boo signing on.
Welcome back, everyone, to the newest edition of Once a Week. Today we have special guest Andrea Urciuoli back on the show. She's got so many videos out there with us that you guys really got to dive into. But today we got together and this topic came to us that I feel I needed. I think Andrea needed as well in her own experiences, and I think it's something you guys need as well. And it's this idea of living upstream and living downstream. And when we're living upstream, it's when we're really trying so hard, focusing so much on something. And then when we're living downstream, we're just, letting it go and just seeing where life takes us. Yeah. Still focusing, still thinking about what we want, but letting life take its own course and how it comes to us. So Andrea, thank you for being here, and let's dive into it.
Thank you, Billy. Good morning. So upstream and downstream, yeah. I feel like most of us do live upstream.
Definitely.
And the first time I heard the term, I was fascinated by it because I'm like questioning myself. Good things are happening, but maybe more good things could be happening if I'm not holding on so tight.
Exactly.
And it's good to give examples too. I have a few examples, I'm sure you do too with your clients, but upstream and downstream, I guess you would say it's holding on too tight. And there's a difference between, wanting something or wishing for something, or for lack of a better word, manifesting something, like I would like for this to happen. But you can want something and feel something good and picture it in your mind, and that's good. Yep. That's downstream. I want this to happen, but I'm going to go ahead and just live my life.
Exactly.
But if you're, drawing the map and you're going the right way and you're kind of connecting all the dots and you're holding on tight and you just keep thinking and then you're making the call and it's almost like you're not just planting the seed. Yeah. You're guiding the universe to where it could crash. Yeah. And I'm talking from experience because I've been that person that held on so tight. And an example this morning. We were talking about this earlier about my children. I just want to throw it out there. Yep. I hadn't seen my kids for a few days, and I wanted to ask my ex-husband a favor, and I was like, oh, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Instead of just saying, he's human, there's a yes, and there's a no. Yeah. Take a deep breath and ask him. Yeah. Guess what? The answer was yes, and it was no big deal. Yeah. So to me, that is swimming. That is downstream. Exactly. Because you can ask anybody anything you want. It's your presentation. Yeah. It's your body language, mannerisms, your tone. Yeah.
You didn't get so tensed up on what someone else was going to say. You just kind of put it out there and let it ride.
Exactly. Yeah. And I also didn't focus on the outcome. Yeah. I didn't say to myself, what if he says no? Yeah. What am I going to do then? Right there, it's an automatic upstream.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Why would I plan for that? Yeah. Why would I even go there in my brain? That's already manifesting the negative.
Exactly.
Just let it be.
Exactly. I feel like so many people get caught up on that and the what if happens if I get a no. And everyone's so afraid of hearing a no. I think that's one of the biggest things when you're in a job, goals, life, whatever it is, no one wants to hear a no. But we focus so much on it, like you just said, of like, oh my God, what could happen if I don't get it? I don't even fathom that thought anymore. I just sit there and I focus on, all right, how great's it going to feel when I get this? How great's it going to be when I get that opportunity? How great's it going to be when I talk to so-and-so? And it's just like, that glorifies the moment so well. Even if I get a no, I'm like, yeah, all right. And you can just brush it off.
Because maybe it wasn't supposed to be at that time.
Exactly.
But that's pure, proper manifestation of how is it going, when you just said, how is it going to feel when that call comes through? Yeah. How's it going to feel? I mean, you can actually sit here, you can manifest a text message. Yeah. Like you want something so bad, whether it's a client you haven't heard from, or a relationship, or for me, sometimes I want like one of my kids to respond to something. Just let it go. Yeah. Plant the seed. Yeah. Go do your stuff.
Exactly.
That's when things come in. I am my own worst enemy because I tend to think and overthink. But when I do something, plant the seed and let it go and really focus on something else, that's when the good stuff starts to flow. Exactly. Because you're allowing the universe to take over. But if you think you're going to, I've worked with a lot of control freaks. Yeah. When I was in the fashion industry in New York City, I worked with people that were like, have to do it this way, and you got to do it this way, and it has to, it was so that I just remember, like it was yesterday, like the tension in the room and the unhappiness with the staff and wanting to be there because maybe the salary was great, but me not feeling good about it because everybody was swimming upstream.
Yeah, exactly.
Working with dictators
Yeah.
and people that were unhappy, and then eventually I'm leaving the job for another one.
Exactly.
So that's just not a way to live.
Exactly.
It's not a holistic lifestyle.
Exactly, yeah. And when you were talking, you said so many different metaphors that kind of depict this message to us that I want you guys to take hold of, where, you kept saying planting the seed, holding on too tight. So if you, putting those two together, if you guys picture yourself, you guys got a seed in your hand, your seed is your dream, wanting to see your kids, whatever it is, just in your hand, and you want that to grow, you want it to come to fruition, and then you got a little bud, it's like starting to grow, a little plant starting to grow, and then you get so tense and you want it so badly that you start holding on so tightly, what's going to happen to that bud, the flower that you want to grow, your dream, your goal, your objective, and you start squeezing it, you're going to kill it. So that when you're swimming upstream and everything's becoming more tense and whatnot, and you're holding on tightly to everything, you risk failing because you're ruining everything. That seed that you want to grow, you gotta let it grow. If you let life go the way it's supposed to go, chances are you're gonna have a flower right there. You're still focused on it. It's there. You're not quenching it. Just letting it happen.
Yeah.
And it's just going to grow into the flower, the tree, whatever you want it to be, whatever you want to use for this metaphor. But that's truth. That's fact right there.
That's why they say there's that old saying, if you love something enough to let it go.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean to break up with someone or leave your kids on this. Allow it to have its own.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's, let I don't want to be so religious, but I believe in God. You believe in God. We have a spiritualness to us, and we're holistic, and just let the universe take. Just let go and let God take care of it.
Exactly.
Whether it is a relationship with your client, or your children, or your parents, or whatever, to hold on is to cause pain, is to cause friction. Because just think of a child's hand, and you're trying to cross the street. And you can either hold their hand and cross the street, or you can grab onto their hand and you're going to grab really tight, and they're going to try to pull away because you're crushing it.
Exactly.
It's just like you said about the flower.
Yeah.
It's going to blossom beautifully.
Yeah.
If you think about it and say, that would be really nice if we could get to the other side together safely.
Exactly.
That is it.
100%. Yeah. And the pull away aspect, I think, is another big point here where, from a human standpoint, like you said, relationship, kids, whatever it is, when we hold on to something so much, it causes the other person to want to pull away.
Yeah.
And we see that more and more. I see it with clientele.
Do you?
I've seen it in my own life, but I see it with more clientele where they're going through situations like where they want their life to go the exact way they want it to go. And whether that's giving forth a plan ahead or whatever, but if you think about it, they come to us because they're struggling. Are they struggling because they're holding on so much and things are starting to pull away from them? And then they need to come to us to help them get back on track, where it's like, sometimes we gotta tell them, hey, it's okay, let go, and just see what happens.
And it's also our response too. That was a great point when I respond to, I have some younger clients as well, so do you. If we respond without love and without empathy and compassion, even though they might be attacking us or disagreeing with us, or especially my kids, or if you have one of your clients that is not in the mood to work with you, or maybe their mother said, no, you're going to work with Billy today, and that's it, and they're resisting you. If we don't go to the client with ease and compassion and kindness, which is love, all of those points, we're not going to get anywhere with them, and they're not going to get that feeling of sort of like satisfaction. I know with one of my clients, I had struggled with her. She really didn't want to do some of the tasks that I had set up for her. She's journaling, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, you really got to journal. And then we took a different approach to, if you don't want to journal today, maybe she does, maybe that causes pain for her. You don't want to read today, maybe we're going to walk. Remember I called you about this client and you said a meditative walk. We did that. And we softened everything. Now she comes to me. She reads to me now.
Yeah.
Should we read books together?
Yeah.
We journal together. And I even open the door to, if you don't want to, I believe in journaling. I think it's enormous because when you get pain on paper, you tend to feel it. And we've talked about this before in previous videos. I did this with my whole past life experiences. You feel it, you feel the pain, and you are able to release it.
Exactly.
And it's a really nice flow. And it might hurt for a couple of days, but then you're like, there's a sense of peace after. So we did that together, and I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
She's asking to journal now and to write.
That's awesome.
So it does work to let go.
Exactly. You took the tension out of it. You know, I think that works so well. And like you kind of mentioned your client, with working with families, working with young kids, I find more and more you can't go into situations where like you have an agenda. It doesn't work that way. A kid's gonna have their own agenda. A teen's gonna have their own agenda. I think, where you know, like with your client, and I've had older clients too, where we try to do something. They're so focused with what's going on in a kid's mind, a teenager's mind, where it's like, I gotta go meet with Andrea. I gotta go meet with Billy today. I gotta do all this stuff.
Yeah.
They're stressed out as it is.
Yeah.
Us stepping into that is just adding more stress on their shoulders. But like a meditative walk or just doing something out of the ordinary, just de-stress.
Yeah.
That's taking the upstream aspect and putting it downstream because you're taking the tension, you're taking the stress off of it, you're letting it go where it's supposed to go. I get more answers, I get more information out of a client that way because you're relaxing. You know, you get like that's why with younger kids, when you know I work with a lot of kids that have been through traumas. You know, you can't go in there and just ask, "Oh, how did this happen?"
Yeah.
They're a young kid. No, it's like a kid will open up if they love an activity. If they're drawing or something, it's not stressed. I'm drawing. I'm having a good time.
Right.
And then the information starts flowing out, and that's a lot of children therapy right there.
Right.
Because they're relaxed. They're not tense.
So a great metaphor is, all right, think of a glass of water. And you're going to pour, there's an empty glass. You don't go to the dispenser with the full glass, because then you're full.
Yeah.
You're all set in life.
Yeah.
So just go about your business. You go to the dispenser when you're thirsty with an empty glass. The glass doesn't have holes in it, and it's not full. It's empty. It's open.
Yeah.
That's how we should be with each other, our clients, our children, our significant others. We're open to receive and to give.
Yeah.
So you go to the dispenser and you pour the water. You're not grabbing the water to get it to going faster and pulling it through and like, you know, waving your hand to make sure that, no, you're just gonna sit and open the, you know, the what do you call it? The faucet or the dispenser, and you're gonna pour the water in. And it's gonna take as long as it takes to fill that pitcher or that glass. Yeah. If it takes a little bit longer because it's a larger vessel, so then it takes longer.
Exactly.
You have your jug. That takes a while to fill up or whatever. So I've learned that too, and I think that is a beautiful metaphor because water is so fluid and it's so pure.
Yeah.
So when you are open to something, wait and see what happens.
Exactly.
Go about your business and live your life. But you've planted the seed. You want that relationship. You want that job. You want your children to speak nicer to you. You'd like a better relationship with your dad. Whatever you're setting out, you know, you want to lose weight, or I don't know what it is, but you've planted the seed, which is number one. You're going to get that. It will come to you. You have to voice it, believe it. You plant the seed, let the water flow into the cup. I love that.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. And you know, it's funny because I can actually give I think hilarious example.
Okay, we'll take some humor today.
Because this probably happened about a year ago, and I went to the eye doctor appointment and everything, and the secretary was, I guess, hitting on me. I'll explain it that way. He was hitting on me. And I understood. I wasn't going to put anything out there. I was just there for the eye appointment. I had to get on with the day. So it's like, you know, you have your fun and you move on.
Right.
And, you know, I'm leaving the eye appointment. I'm like, you know what? I wanted to give her my number, but I didn't want to walk back in there. There's like a line of people. I'm like, missed the opportunity. Yeah. And at the time, I was reading a book on this manifestation. And I was like, all right, let's learn about this and see what happens. Yeah. And that day's page was test it, see what happens. So I said, all right. And so I sat there and I was like, all right, you know, I'm going to test it. And I put it out there. This person is going to reach out. He's going to message me. He's going to find me. He's going to message me. I'm just going to put it out there. No idea if any of this was going to happen, but I wanted to try it. And so I was like, and then a part of me, here's where the upstream, downstream comes into play.
Okay.
Part of me really wanted to reach out to that person. But I still, back of my mind was like, no, let it happen, test it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, just keep going on.
Test what? The manifestation in your brain? Is
exactly.
that what you mean?
Test to see
manifestation. This is my favorite thing to do.
Test to see that this stuff works.
Yeah.
And there's a big part of me that was like stressed, like, dude, do it yourself. Just, it's right there. Take the step, make it happen. But I really wanted to see. And if I did it, it happens. If I don't, I just go on with my life. I wasn't upset either way or not. So I let it go, and I sat there, I was like, all right, she's going to do it. I think it was 2 days went by, and I got a friend request, and I got a message. And I started laughing hysterically.
So hard, right?
I started laughing because, it came to fruition, and then it went on with my life.
And you waited 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. That's all this upstream, downstream stuff we're trying to get to you guys, where it's like, upstream, could have done it myself, probably could have ruined it. Downstream, yeah, all right, let's test it.
I'm not sure if you would have ruined it.
No, I wouldn't have ruined it.
I don't see that,
No.
and your approach would have been maybe delicate, but I love the fact that you chose patience.
Yeah.
And I still work on the non-reactiveness. I came from a reactive home, so you cooled it.
Exactly.
And you got it.
Yeah.
And we can all manifest all sorts of things. That's why I always bring up relationships are super important to have.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your manifestation. That's awesome.
Funny. Yeah, it was funny. And the first message was just like, hey, why didn't you reach out to me? And I sat there, I was like, I wrote out, I was testing something. And I had to explain all that, but it worked.
Did she respond?
She thought it was funny. It didn't work out, but she thought it was funny. But regardless, that test, this entire thing we're talking about, and we can. I think there's so many metaphors to describe this. Whether it's the seed, whether it's the stream, whether it's just everything else we've used. And another one that comes to mind is picture the stream.
Yeah.
And if you throw a rock in it, it ripples, but it falls back into place.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to say. Like, the stream is going to go its way, but when we're trying to do something, does it get much done? When you just let the stream flow, it's going to flow exactly where it's supposed to go. But that being said, with all these metaphors, don't you think there's an importance to the fact that there are so many metaphors on this topic if there's not a truth behind it? I take that into account. There's so many examples.
Going the past 2 years, going through my divorce, it was like the most traumatizing, excruciating experience of my entire life. I was literally sick from it, but I faked it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. She's great, so healthy. I felt such pain. We've talked about this in the previous videos. I felt such sadness and pain in my chest. I was like, how am I going to get through the day? But I taught Pilates. I had to study. I took courses. I had to do all this stuff. But I was faking it. Fake it till you make it. Yeah. And then I had to have everything a certain way. In my mind, I had to have a certain outcome. I was, for lack of a better phrase, I was holding on so tight, Billy, that I probably had calluses on my hands because I had to have, the parenting plan this way and everything because I'm the mom and I didn't understand it all and I didn't know how to release it. Everything worked out. Yeah. Everything worked out great. Exactly. Because I let go. Exactly. And and it was painful to let go. I won't lie to you.
No,
I can't. It was so emotional and I did let go and now we're all in a really good place.
Exactly.
Even when I call my ex-husband, it's fine. Yeah. Because we let go and the animosity's gone.
Yeah. Life works itself out.
It does. And I gave up all the anger, resentment of why, just it happened. Let it go. Now move on and be that flower that you want to be and blossom. Exactly. And everything changes. Your face changes, your body, you become softer and healthier, and that's when the magic happens.
100%. I think I love that example because that's truth right there. Yeah. And you've been through the pain. That's something I think every single person watching this right now can take into account because we all go through our own experiences. We are going through or we will go through some point the pain in life, but it's meant to make you better, just as it has Andrea. And I can attribute that because when I was going through all my pain, just a complete whirlwind of things years ago, I had no idea what to do other than go to work, go to the gym, just go on with life when everything else was falling apart. Right. And I literally couldn't hold on to anything. So I let go. I like the gym. If I could hold on to anything, it was the gym. Yeah, right. My job.
Makes you feel better,
No, exactly.
And you have to pay the bills, so you work. Yeah.
Exactly. So those are the two, concrete things I had. Everything else was just going. I had nothing else to do but to just let it go. And then now, you know, I'm pursuing the dream I want to do. I have my own business going.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
People are coming up to me saying, like, I'm inspiring them, or I help them out in their life. Like, that couldn't have happened if I didn't, one, go through the pain, but two, let the plan,
awesome.
let a higher plan unfold.
Yeah.
And that's that upstream, downstream stuff. You gotta
let go and let go and let God is the old
100%.
adage. Let go and let God. One more thing before we close, I did want to say, I remember, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years ago, sitting on my back deck, I had my kids, and I felt those, it was almost like an ache. It's like a loss, it's just, I can't explain it. A sense of loss and heartache, because that's your heart chakra.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt. Unless you fix relationships, that pain's gonna stay. But I remember manifesting and knowing who I am and what I'm made of, and I said to myself, I don't want to feel this way anymore.
Yeah.
I know I can get rid of this pain. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I was determined. But I didn't hold on. I had determination, so there's the difference.
Yeah.
I had determination, but I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to go see a heart doctor, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to take a lot of pills, because taking pills, for me, no offense to anybody taking anti-anxiety medication, but I thought that was living upstream, because I wanted to get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And the root of the problem, to me, was to fix my foundation. That is why I didn't want to take anything chemically. To alter my body and my mind. So I stopped and I did my breath work and I took Reiki courses, which changed my life. I learned how to do a body scan, and I did it 7 days a week until I felt better.
That's awesome.
I knew where to put my hands on my crown and the back of my neck. I knew this was worry and anxiety, and this was opening up creativity, and this is my broken heart.
That's
and
awesome.
all of it just released.
Yeah.
I learned how to properly meditate, and I'm like, you can do this with your hands.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't have to pay somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay a
Just
bill.
spirit right there.
I didn't have to go and pop those blue pills that are supposed to calm your nerves, because to me, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It was a Band-Aid.
No, I getcha. Yeah. And I find truth in that. And I know some people don't, like, if you need it, you need it. So be it. But I think your route really evoked your spirit in you and grew you in new ways. To the point now where you're pursuing what you want to pursue off of all that experience you had in that moment. And I think that's what
it
we
was
go through
awesome.
pain.
It was so, and I will call this, like, I'm into numerology. I love numbers. 1111, I see it all the time. 333, I'm seeing 555 quite a few times. I've Googled that. That's life-changing. Something big's going to happen. It's all happening.
Yeah.
It's unfolding right now.
That's awesome.
1111. That's when you see 1111. Just so you know, it's not hokey. It's real. It's you're awakening. You're awakening to something bigger than what you are.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So
That's awesome. No, that's a good way to close that one.
Yeah, it's a good way to close it up.
Yeah, but guys, this upstream, downstream message. Take it into your life. Take it for your own experiences, your own examples. How are you living right now? Or when you go to work, how are you living? Are you living upstream, tense about every situation? Are you living downstream where, you gotta get the job done, but you're gonna let it go where it's supposed to go. And when you can take the stress out of that, one, just like Andrew described, it evokes something in your spirit where you can just let yourself grow. But two, mentally, oh my goodness, it de-stresses you. If you're someone who lives kind of downward in a depressive state, watch what happens with life. You're going to see so many more blessings just around you. That's going to build you up. It's going to take your anger away. There's so many attributes to this upstream, downstream lifestyle. If you can get a little bit less from upstream and living a little bit more downstream, life's going to unfold before our eyes and it's going to fall into place. But you got to take that message and run with it. Andrea, I thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Billy. It was fantastic. So remember, don't hold on so tight.
Exactly, right?
That's right. We're going to end off with it. Let the water flow. Think of water. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But guys, that's Andrea Urciuoli. She's going to be back for more messages soon. I'm Billy Giannouloudis. Guys, like this message so we can share it to more people. If this impacted you in some way, or if someone you know is dealing with this upstream aspect, share this message to them directly.
Yes.
And then guys, hit that subscribe button so we can spread this to more people. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to see you next week.
I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it back there.